Alrighty, Friday, June 21st. Taking a look at ES here for a quick session recap. Now, two main areas that I mentioned this morning in the pre-market prep live stream that I would be most interested in engaging with price. Number one, this blue zone right down here, the 55.20 downside level of interest. You can see the structural significance there of this area. Pretty much marked the session low. Right? Can't really ask for much better action than that right there. And then the other zone was up through here. It's 55.45 as that upside pivot to be watching. And what do we have? Perfect respect of both of those areas. Just highlights the significance and the accuracy of market structure. Now, as always, following any type of expansion move, any type of trend day move, big expansion bar like we saw on ES, any type of move that's going to be multiple ATRs. This was a 62-point move on ES, about 1.5 ATR there. You want to be expecting that slower session. I've mentioned this hundreds of times, and that's exactly what we saw today. A little bit of a resting bar today, following yesterday's sell-off. So the question becomes, as it always is what is next? For Monday, the main watch for me is going to continue to be how price trades versus this 55.20, this prior near-term range high right through here, 55.20. Buyers obviously interested in defending this area. I would not be surprised to see price kind of settle into a new near-term range here Monday through Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday we do have some higher impact economic data prints coming out both of those mornings, which should help price resolve the range. That is one of the frameworks, one of the ideas that I'll be working with early next week. So heading into Monday, main watch is going to be how price trades versus this 55.20, as well as today's low, which is pretty much right there. It's about 55.19. So plus or minus 1 point. And again, just to reiterate, the primary structure that we're looking at is this previous near-term range, the resistance point right through here, now holding as support. So that's about it on ES. Let's jump over to NQ. Some great action in both of these today. If you took a look at the actual intraday setup, you can see how that low built out down here, right at the 55.20, right at the prior day low. I love this type of setup, just kind of as an aside. When price undercuts that prior day low, grabs all the liquidity under that prior day low just to find itself right into a key market structure pivot. So you have chasers that get absolutely trapped when they start to short the prior day low just to see price bounce versus that downside level of interest, that key pivot. And if you pay attention to the details, it aligns nicely with 10 a.m. reversal time. So some really great action there in ES as well as NQ. Taking a look at how that low built out right here into 10 a.m. right in our key zone. So again, I mentioned this morning during the pre-market prep live stream, the main area, that main level of interest was that 19,955 area. Right where we have that level of interest right through here. And again, looking at the structure, you can see that the structure is quite similar to what we just talked about in ES. You have that prior area of resistance right through here. Looks like Thursday, June 13th and the 14th, that 2-session resistance then becomes support on Monday, and we're back into that area, right? And so the kind of the scenario that I'll be looking for early next week is the potential for price kind of building out a new near-term range, something like this, right, into Thursday and Friday, where we'll have some higher impact economic data, and then seeing if those prints can resolve the range one way or another. As far as actually Monday's session, just looking at the near term, we want to continue to watch how price trades versus this key pivot. Some really good buying activity versus this area, not only yesterday into the close, but today as well. So this definitely remains a major level to be keeping an eye on. That's that 19,950 level of interest. and then that 19,910 level of interest as well. I tend to treat setups like this just like a zone. That's why you have the zone here highlighted on my chart. Makes it easier when you're focused on the higher time frames to see how price is building out in that area. So overall, some really good action today. If you take a look at that prior day profile, I had mentioned again during the live stream this morning that if this pivot did hold, we'd most likely see price trade up into that prior day resistance area right there into the 20,080 upside reference point. Pretty much mark the high there. Right, so always great to see. No crystal ball or anything like that. As always, just highlighting the importance of market structure and how you can also see these things. Just if you just look at the chart, see where price has kind of respected previously, you can get these levels all on your own. So that is the session recap. Hope everyone had a great day. It was a nice end to the week. Some definite layup opportunities today that I think everyone could have capitalized on. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a DM. Otherwise, I'll see you Monday morning. Have a great weekend.